Sky Prophet, baby. Back with another video for you. First off, blessings. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Guidance and protection. Integrity, strength, focus, and understanding. Each individual out there, no exceptions, and never no exceptions. Truth. Truth comes from self. Always comes from self. A lot of people face it, a lot of people don't. But it always comes from yourself. When your truth comes to you, it's a matter of you staying carnal minded, worldly minded. Are you understanding spiritual mindedness? See, when you're spiritual minded, that's the only way you can have peace. The only way you truly have peace of mind. With your carnal mind, you could never have peace because you got too many pieces and too many moving parts to worry about that you shouldn't even be worrying about. People make the worldly their priority. People neglect their spiritual growth just for the worldly things, the worldly way of things. See, the man is a spirit, has a soul and lives in a body. I'll say that again. Man, woman, whoever has a spirit, is a spirit, has a soul, and lives in a body. The spirit here to take you out of the self-pain, self-hurt, self-doubt, self-sabotaging that individuals do to themselves. See, the way that you look at things when you have your carnal mind could never be right. I'm gonna repeat myself. The way you look at things with a carnal mind could never be right. The ability to be able to change when you get these truths, that's what sets an individual apart. When you get these truths and you understand your truths and you spiritually change, that's what sets you apart from anybody else, from the rest. A lot of individuals have the inability to be willing. The inability to be willing. What's willingness? Willingness that is something that comes with an individual wanting to be better for themselves. When an individual wants to be better, all on their own without nobody telling them, that's a willingness. That's the willingness, every individual out there, that's the willingness that you need. The willingness to change the way you think. The willingness to change the way you operate with your heart. The average individual doesn't operate through their heart. They just operate through their worldly self. However the world works, that's how they work. That's how their mind work. That's how their mind think. That's how their mind processes things. They miss the whole worldly, the whole spiritual aspect of things. They miss the whole purpose of themselves. Many live like that. Many live for the world. Whenever you're willing, Spirit will make a way for you. Whenever you're willing, Spirit will make a way. But what individuals need to understand is this. If you're not operating out of your heart, you're not connected with Spirit. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you at. I don't care what you about. We can talk about it if we want. If you're not operating out of love, you're not connected with Spirit. God, Source, the Creator, the Most High. You're just not. See, change takes energy. It takes energy for you to change. It takes a certain willingness to change. See, that's the thing with self-love. That's the thing with caring about yourself. That's the thing with even wanting better for yourself. That has to come from a place inside the individual. It can't come from a place outside of individuals. See, when you caring about what somebody else think, when you caring about what somebody else think, that means that their opinion matters more than your own thinking. And what you get out of that, like what can an individual get out of that? If you moving around for somebody else's opinions, for somebody else to think a certain thing of you. Because you got many out there, that's just how they live. They just want people to think a certain way of them. And I can tell you this, any individual that lives like that definitely is not spiritual minded. Definitely. And further than that, that individual misses their mark. They miss their mark. See, there's a lot of individuals out there that is supposed to love, but their actions don't show love. Now, that was fine and dandy before, but we in the energy now to where that could be seen. It could be seen if you're showing love or if you're not, simply by your actions. Prophet wants you to understand the difference between your spiritual mind and your carnal mind. Your spiritual mind is always going to give you a deeper understanding into something. It's going to always give you a truth. Now, when I say a truth, you got different kind of truths, because you got individuals now think they living, and what they living by is their truth, and they living by the world. They living by what their ego telling them. They living by what their ego pumping them up to be. Every individual understands if they operate out of love. Your actions toward people shows if you're operating out of love. Your ways with people shows if you're operating out of love. Doesn't matter who it is or where you at. That's just that tall tale that everybody gives off. When you showing love, you got to understand it. When you showing love, you see the picture just for how it's supposed to be seen. You got a lot of individuals that's coming into understandings of themselves, coming into understandings of themselves. But you got a lot of individuals that's fighting to change. You got a lot of individuals that's gonna miss the bus due to their ego, due to their worldly self, due to their hate that they hold within themselves. A lot of people have this deep-rooted hatred within them for whatever reason. But the old energy provided that for everybody. You just have to be the type of individual to work on that. But can't nobody say, I ain't gotta use the word hate, but that grudge, that holding resentment, that whatever you want to call it, but every individual had that in some shape or form. Now that things are being revealed, now that energies are being understood, now that people are on a high vibration where they can actually see, things that happen and